Let's talk TV. Hey, everybody, welcome to the first episode of Spoken with Steven TV Thoughts. Now, today we're going to talk about the upcoming, right now being filmed, season 4 of Amazon Prime's The Boys. Boys is based off a graphic novel series by Garth Ennis that ran from 2006 all the way to 2008 at 72 issues, one a mini-series called Herogasm, and another epilogue series called Dear Becky. Now, the TV show does differ a lot from the comics in a lot of different ways. The comics, whereas they're way more intense and insane, the TV show still takes the craziness and the intensity of the idea of what if superheroes exist in our society and were treated like celebrities, but also what if they weren't altogether pure and innocent? Like, really, what if superheroes actually existed in our world? After the last episode of season 3, there's a lot of questions as to what might be in store for season 4, and now that Annie has joined the boys, and now that Billy Butcher is on borrowed time at this point due to his abuse with Temp V, and also now Ryan possibly turning to the dark side. Lots of different avenues to go in with season 4, while also people are speculating that maybe this might be it for them. I don't know if that's necessarily true, since there are still some plot holes left open, including what happened with Soldier Boy, and also the head-popping politician's daughter now also being juiced with Compound V. So really, who knows what's going to happen next, if season 4 will be the last season, or if they will get a season 5. Now, I'm leaning towards that maybe season 4 might be the last season, because I feel like you don't want to, let this, run to the point where people are just going to stop watching it, like what happened with Walking Dead. Let's hope it doesn't go that route. However, there's also the other thing of a spin-off show coming out soon called Gen V. Now, Gen V is going to be focusing more on the younger generation of up-and-coming heroes that have Compound V in their system, while also showing the superhero group, the G-Men. The G-Men in the comics was basically Garth Ennis' spoof on the X-Men. So we might see a lot of X-Men type of characters that have appeared in the comics, and some that were most likely created just for the show, like Translucent was, and also Termite. Yeah. Now, my thoughts on where season 4 might go to, if season 4 is going to be the last season, and I feel like it might go that route because Billy Butcher's on borrowed time. Now, in the comics, what happens is Billy finds out how almost everyone has Compound V in their system already, with, them basically putting in a lot of children, that's what happened in the show. So Billy does this plan that he's basically going to cause a mass genocide of people, innocent people that might actually not succumb to, the evil, or might not succumb to their powers. The whole idea that absolute power corrupts absolutely, that kind of plays on, the show too. I mean, you look at Billy Butcher when he took Temp V and was given temporary powers. The same with Huey when he took Temp V and had temporary powers as well. There's this whole thing of them not liking it, but also them, basically being addicted to it. So really, it plays on that idea. Now, in the comics, Billy goes into this plan of basically just causing a whole massive genocide. The other members of the boys found out about this and try to stop him. Billy kills Mother's Milk, the female, and Frenchie, leaving Huey to be the only person to stop him. And it's a very tragic end for Butcher, while also being true to the character that he was becoming in the comics. Basically, this Frank Castle-esque sort of spoof of, hey, look, I am going to set out what I plan to do. Because in his mind, and also what they show in the show, he has this whole idea that, supes are just bad. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, that no one should have this power at all. Now, if that's the direction that they're going to go on with Billy, it might make sense, while also, at the same time, Billy, when he was with Huey, when Huey joined the group, Huey brought him back to, basically the more of the humanity that is deep within Butcher, like deep, deep, deep down in Butcher. Butcher cares for Huey because he sees his little brother in him. He sees Lenny there. So I think what might happen is, if they're going to do a reflection on the comics, is Huey's going to have to kill Billy. Is that going to happen in the show? I don't know, because there's still a lot of changing factors that have happened in the show as we've seen thus far. So really, it's anyone's game. And also, how are we going to take out Homelander? And is Soldier Boy going to come back? I feel like they left the door open for Soldier Boy to return. Whether or not that's going to be the case, I don't know. But going off of how well Jensen Ackles did in season 3 and knocked that role out of the park, I really hope that Soldier Boy comes back. Even if this might be the last appearance that Soldier Boy will ever have, I would love to see a rematch between Soldier Boy and Homelander. Because really, I think Soldier Boy is the closest person to actually take out Homelander. I feel like he is the best person to do that. Or maybe, since Ryan is tilting on joining the dark side or not, maybe Ryan will take him out. Well, those are my thoughts on where season 4 might go. But really what I want to see is a lot more of what happens in the comics to show up in the show. I would love to see some of the soups that we haven't seen before, but we heard mentioned, like Tech Knight, a parody of Batman and Iron Man, who, out of everybody in the Boys universe, he's actually one of the few soups that is decent, in the sense that he doesn't have any superpowers. He's basically a wealthy dude with, this armor that helps him fly, basically Iron Man. Well, also he has personal issues, on his own, that kind of make him this weird sort of gray area of a character. But out of everybody in the Boys, he's the one that is seemingly the most decent out of all of them. And that's saying a lot, because if you read the comics and know who I'm talking about with Tech Knight, then really, that is saying something. But anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on where season 4 of The Boys might go? Leave in the comments down below, and let me know what you'd like to see more from this subdivision of Spoken with Steven.